Hi guys, today in this tutorial we will see what is props. Basically to understand the props, first of all we would have to create a Netflix series app. So let me create a Netflix series card first. Div class name, and here I am just making class name as cards and control S. Let me show you how it's looking like. Control C, Control V, Control S. Oh, one thing that I forgot, that this is basically the all structure of one card, and here let me show it clearly. This is basically the whole structure of card, and I have already created CSS for this card, and from here we have starter CSS. This is heading style, this is cards, this is also card hover, image, and card info, h3, card category, card title, button hover. All these properties I have written already in CSS, because basically we are only focusing on our React components, and in React series. First of all, I have to import CSS files, index.css, control S, control S. Let me show you the output. Now you can see that it is looking awesome. So this is basically our one card of Netflix series. So let me explain you what is props basically. Let's say if we need multiple cards, what can we do now? In our HTML, CSS and Bootstrap, if we need any code like this further, so we will simply copy it and paste it. But in React.js, we don't need such thing. First of all, we would create a component. We will create component in source. I am just creating like cards.jsx, and here in cards.jsx I have first import React from where? From React, and here I have to give semicolon. So first of all, let me copy it, that whole code, Control X, and here I am going to, first of all I have to create a function, this function of cost type, and here function sign. This function would return Control V. This function would return a code. Let me make it a meaningful. Now this is looking a complete structure. This is basically one code, Control S, and let me import it here. First of all, I have to create import card. I am just creating card from $/cards, and here I am going to give semicolon, and here I have to use card. Sorry, this is only self-closing. Control S, and let me show you. The main thing that I forgot to write is we have to import that, export that function, export that component, export default f default default, and here I have just write the name of code controllers, and you can see that the variable was misspelled, that it should be same as when we use this this export. This export should be same as we have here. This is only for the case of if we have one card, but if we have multiple cards, let me show you. We cannot simply copy it and paste directly, because in Netflix series we can have multiple series, like these images can be different for every card, and this behind this watch now button we have links of different you can say different series, and these values can be different, and here this is not basically high, this is the name of Netflix series. We can have any name here. Let's say this is dark name. It is just the name of Netflix series which is showing at the time being. So if let me show you, if I have just copied and paste again card, you will see that these both are same, but I need this can be different. First of all, these both should be unique, that this one card is different from other card, and if we have third card, let me have a third card here, card, and here self closing controllers. You can see that all these cards are same, but now if I want to change, because all these series are not same in Netflix series, so how can I make this series different? By making a component here, because I have to create only one component. I can have self-making, you can say self-making objects. Here I have img src is equal to, and here I am just passing the name. Let's say this one is the first, control C, and here I am pasting control V, and here semicolon. This is image source, and for this case I have obviously multiple. This image source would be different, so let me create a different image source here. So first of all I have to copy this link. These links I have already created, control C. Basically I am just trying to show you the structure, control V, and here I have a third card. Here I am also just typing image source, and inside this image source I have third image link, control C, and here I am going to paste here, control V. You can see that it is showing the error, but ignore it for the time being. If we have multiple components, we will then use it and explain it in detail. Controllers. So first of all let me remove this link, because this card would not have the same link for every time. So what can I do here? Let me explain it. First of all I have to pass a variable here. This variable would be a value. I am just typing here props, and here I am just writing, ignore these double quotations. Here I am just writing curly braces and props dot img src. What happened basically, this prop is getting a value from this index, this card, and inside this card we have image source object, and props this value means this card's value dot image source, and it is showing here props dot image source. Here this card is basically getting the image source from this card, which is we have self made. So let me have any name. So first of all, let me show you the output. Control S. This is not going to be different. Oh, I have not saved it. Control S. And you can see that no, these pictures are different just because of props. This Netflix image and this as well, all these are different now. I have just you can say, first of all, I have created a code which is a component of code, and inside this code I have made a you can say self-made image source, and inside this self-made image source I have the link of image source, and here I have the second link and third image link, and inside this code, this is basically only one code for every time we are using. I have just passed a variable, and I given the name of variable as props, because I am just trying to explain what is props basically. So you can say all the classes should be same, and all the classes code is already written in CSS. I have also told you. So first of all, I have a unique image source for every card. I have just written props.imgsrc. Basically this props is pointing to cards which is in index.js. Basically this image source and this is card. Let me explain more. src is equal to props.image source. This is just pointing to that image source, and alt you can have anything, it's up to you, but it will be same for every time. Netflix img, and now I have a link. Everything would be same because we have only two different things in codes, because in Netflix series we can have this image different, this watch no link different, this code dark, this is basically nothing but just the name of Netflix series. So let me also change it, and here I am just writing name is equal to, and here I am just like I am saying here Wednesday, 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 and you can have comma here. I think there is no comma. So here you have also name, and this name would be Lupin, LUPIN, and here in this third card we have Piki. I am just writing any name by myself just to show you the structure. Control S. My main focus is only on props here. So first of all, let me also change it. Here I have to give curly braces p props dot name control s, and you can see that these names are different now. For every chord looping, I have just same name as it was shown in the picture, Piki. So the third thing, we have to change the Netflix series names. So ignore it. I'm just making different links here. Basically, I have only one link at the time being, so I'm just copying it and pasting it all. Control C. But I will explain it with the help of props as well. If we have link is equal to Control V, and here I am just copying it, Control C, and pasting it in other two cars as well. Control V. Let me save it. Control S. Oh, I have given here semicolon. So you don't need to give here semicolon, because these are not the ending, but all are self-making components. Not components, you can say these are objects only. Basically, chords is the main component, and inside this component we have these objects which are self-made. Control S, and let me move on chords, and here I have to make a different link. Not a different link, links would be same, but it would take links of, let me see, link Control S. Is it same? Let me see. Yes, it is same. No. If I refresh it, you can see that if I click here, I am going to redirect in the Netflix series, or you can have any link up to you. So this is basically the power of our props. So now you can imagine that how can we make our code brief and meaningful in case of props and props property of React. And if we are using Bootstrap and CSS and HTML, we would have simply copy one card and paste, like if we need 6 cards or 10 or 100 of cards, we would have to simply copy and paste these things 100 times. So you can see that this is a brief code, and we can see it clearly. Now if we have multiple cards or further cards, we will simply copy and write here simply cards and give them image source, name, and links as well, or any other thing that we want unique of every card. So this was the power of our React.js. If we have multiple cards but the same structure, I hope you understood it clearly now. So in the next video we will see arrays, and our next video is going to be very important, and this video is also related to our this Netflix series. That in our next video we will see that how can we make this code brief. You can see that this is a brief code as compared to Bootstrap, HTML, and CSS, but this is still not a correct way. So I would also explain, also make it as much brief as possible.